Hey, Dave from StuffOutdoorDadsLike.com here with another review. This time, the Outdoor Research Ascendant jacket. This thing, bomber. Love it. Am I wearing a vest under the jacket? Yeah, because this is a dual review. Little bonus. Ascendant jacket, Ascendant vest. They both work great. I've had this for about 4 or 5 years. I don't think they make it anymore. They have a new thing in their line that's replaced. So this would be something pretty nice to pick up on like a used gear website, like REI's used gear, or see what their other offerings are. I'm going to talk about some things in generalities about these jackets, and then I'm going to talk about some specifics. So let's talk about my jacket journey here. I had a North Face Denali jacket circa 1990. Thing was epic. One of the best jackets of the time. Probably more known than almost any other, than maybe the Patagonia Cinchilla Fleece in terms of iconic style. The wind cut through that thing like you weren't wearing anything at all. So then I moved to some Marmot poacher pile something. That was all right. But that thing did not wick at all. You got that thing wet and it just stayed on you. Not good. Also, that jacket had a horizontal pocket here. You couldn't put anything. Terrible. So then I went to a Patagonia R2 jacket. Very good at wicking. Once again, no windproofness. You can't pump gas in that jacket, which is really annoying. You got to put a shell on every time you want to pump gas. That ticks me off. I don't like that. So I had that jacket, and then I switched to something else that I had for a while. Didn't really like that either. Can't remember exactly what it was. It was another Marmot. It was okay. It was, one of their soft shells. So it was pretty thin. It was windproof. It had a zipper pocket, but it was on the inside. Also annoying for me. If I'm going to hold a cell phone, I want easy access to it. So I had that jacket and then replaced it with this. I think it was the Sharp Point from Marmot. Again, none of these were bad products, but I found myself needing to evolve to something better. So then came along this jacket and this vest. And it does all the things that I want it to. The other jacket that I think I would look at would be the Patagonia Nano Air. So these kind of fit that same area where you have something that you're using highly aerobic activity, and it's gonna do a good job with moisture management, but it's also warm and it's also decently windproof. And that's what I really like about this. As I talked about, I love this vertical pocket right here to put cell phones and stuff in. And then there are 2 hand warmer pockets down here on both the vest and the jacket right here. This is Polartec Alpha on the inside. And you can see it's like really, it's got like a high pile, and it does a really good job at retaining warm air against your skin. But this jacket it's knitted directly to the shell material, which is like a DWR, durable water repellent shell material. And there's no other layer in here, so it's really lightweight, and it packs down pretty small for the size. These are mediums to give you an idea about size. Again, I'm 5'9", about 160 pounds, if you've seen any of my other reviews. And so I really like it. It's my go-to jacket from September until maybe November here, and then I switched to like a synthetic down jacket, and then I pull it back out in, say, March or April, and then wear it through May. And so it works really well. And then I do ski with it as well, with a shell on top, because it does a better job with moisture than my synthetic down jackets do. So let's talk about some of the other features. It's pretty basic. There's not a lot of other things. There's no pit zips on this jacket. And the idea is that you won't need them because it's so good with moisture management. But that makes it really light and really comfy. It feels like warm and cozy, like a sleeping bag. It doesn't have the same sleeping bag feel as like a down jacket would, but it's pretty close in terms of being cozy. It's got pretty good wind resistance. So like wearing it in the fall here in New Hampshire, where the wind can cut through you quite a bit if you're walking the dog or something like that, it works really well as a layer like that. The one thing that I have mixed reviews about is these hand warmer pockets. There's no zipper here. So I don't like that, say, if I'm going skiing, because I can't put keys in here and go skiing all day, knowing that my keys are going to be there. These pockets are pretty deep, and so I think my keys would actually stay in there just fine, but the fact that I can't zip them in makes me a little nervous. It does make them more comfortable as hand warmer pockets, though, without that zipper being there. So it means that I need to change up my routine a little bit, and I end up wearing a shell when I'm skiing anyways, and then I just put the keys in my shell, and that actually works out almost better. But as I'm sort of booting up in the parking lot, like I had to do a lot this last season, and I have like my fleece on but not my shell yet, I mean, I guess I don't need them zipped up then, because I'm not like kind of done for the day, and so I can just tuck them in there. But then I need to kind of reorganize when I put my shell on and put them back in. Having said that, I'm going to have to lock the car anyways after I put the shell on, so I would have had to do it anyways. But that's the thing. I like the styling too. You can see sort of this red stitching here on the zipper. It's actually red and gray, and then the outline in red. It acts like some nice accents for this jacket is kind of a grayish color. Obviously, it's kind of a blue-gray compared to like this gray. It makes it stand out, but it's still nice enough that, again, in New Hampshire, this is like business casual up here, is to have like an outdoor sort of style vest with some color on it, but it's still fairly subdued. The fit of this jacket is a little roomier than this vest, which makes sense because the vest is going to go right against your skin, and then you can pile one on top of the other, just like you saw me do, which I'll occasionally do if it's cold, especially if I'm going out to dinner. I might put a vest on because I know I'm going to be like, the restaurant's going to be a little drafty. I'll leave the vest on, and then I'll put this on top of it when it's really cold, like in January or February, and going out to eat. Once again, I really like these. I think I got both of these from REI. Actually, that's not true. This one came from REI on a clearance rack after Christmas. I scored a pretty good deal on it. I think these are like $150, $160 new. And again, I'm not sure they're still in existence now, but it's so good, I don't think it's worth replacing it with something else. This I got for $113 straight from Outdoor Research, which was a little bit of a sale price as well at the end of the season with some closeout colors. And this one, like that one, has red. This one has yellow on the inside. But again, I think this is a great tech fleece, and I think it does a really good example of, it's a really good example of what to look for another product, maybe not this one. I know Outdoor Research replaced this with a different jacket in their line, and I can't remember what that is. I want to say it's like the Refuge or Fugitive or something like that. I could be completely wrong. And I think the reason they did that was because they wanted to use their own proprietary insulation versus this Polartec Alpha, which might have been a little bit more expensive. I have no idea if that's true, but that was my thought. And I'm sure that that jacket does a decent job with moisture management as well, but I don't have it, so I can't review it. So that's it. That's what I got for you today. Dave from StuffOutdoorDadsLike.com signing off with another review.